Alright, welcome back. So, this episode we're going to be doing some, start off with some trader post bandit slaying. We're doing some things around Windhelm. Right now I'm just trying to pretty much get to level 20 here. So that means insights, gold, all that good stuff. Decided to show this bandit content just because it's just the brief fights here. One, because there's a named NPC that got added here. I think it's like an Imperial Battle Mage deserter using fire magic. So I thought it'd be interesting to include. He's got an Elven War Axe, which is nice. Right now I'm using the Elven Mace as my armor pin item, but debating on whether or not the Elven War Axe would be better. I think I end up taking it here, actually. Yeah. Just because I can synergize more easily with my Dawn Guard War Axe that I have. This way I don't have to worry about perking into maces and War Axes. I can just do War Axes. War Axes give a nice blend of damage and armor pin. Alright, moving on. So those were the only bandits at Trader's Post. Making my way onto Winter War. I see a frostbite spider. A giant frostbite spider. These fights can be pretty simple. Just need to find a tree. This tree that I'm behind isn't quite big enough though, so he can still hit me. Unfortunately. And of course the bear sneak attack. This gets really dicey here. I thought I was dead for sure. But luckily the bear and the frostbite spider start aggroing onto one another, and they stop attacking me, so I was able to escape up here and regen some of my health back. I thought the run was over here for sure. Fighting these frostbite spiders or bears, it's not hard as long as the situation is controlled. But as soon as it gets a little uncontrolled, then that's when tragedy happens. Alright, moving on to Winter War. It's just 4 bandits. At this point in the game, the bandits are pretty trivial. Or no, was it 5 bandits? Oh, I think I saw a staff. Just playing it safe, putting some distance between the one that was chasing me and the other ones, just so I don't get overwhelmed. But in the end, it's nothing really to worry about. Shock. I have pretty good shock resistance since I'm an Argonian. There's a huge slaughterfish that's around here that is good to go to get extra scales and eggs. So that's where I'm not going to show it, but that's where I go to next. So I can get some lingering damage poison ingredients. Alright, the meat and potatoes of this episode is going to be here at this, I keep wanting to say it's Bethardums, but I'm not sure if it's actually Bethardums. I forget what it's called.
What you gonna do, huh? What you gonna
this is, the bandit part is, of course, it's easy. But the, Raldbthar, that's what it is. The bandit part is easy, but the actual Dwarven part, after you get past the opening, is going to be the challenge. I wanted to try it because the Dwarven part should be too bad, because I have enough armor and block to where I'm not one-shotting the spheres or even taking them down very quickly, but I'm not in danger of dying at least. They don't do enough damage to overwhelm me.
Looky here. Looks like we got ourselves a hero.
Just die already, bastard!
The classic stuff. Just get us my poison ticks on them, then kite backwards to avoid their hits. I'm not gonna do the Ethereum Wars quest, but might as well take activate it while when the book is right there.
Come on. Listen,
That's the best you can do.
Before taking on a lane, I want to make sure I clear out all the bandits, just so I don't get sneak attacked.
you're gonna die for that. Do your worst.
Elaine has some good poison resist though. So my poison spit, I don't think it's actually doing anything. But for whatever reason, his running away threshold is pretty high. Like at 50% damage, he starts running away. Trying to assess if I actually want to wear that, but at this point, the Kinnerth amulet is probably one of the better amulets I'm gonna find. Since I'm the champion of Kinnerth, just the extra stamina it gives is really nice. Usually that Dwarven chest isn't really worth it, just has some jewelry in there. Maybe some insights, but thinking about this, but I already have the Dawnguard War Axe, and Dwarven War Axes are pretty heavy. I mean, they do good damage, but they're pretty heavy, so. Here's where I start limit testing to see if this is going to be doable or not. Not level 20 yet, so my poison spit doesn't actually do any damage to these guys, but even though I'm not doing a lot of damage, I'm pleased with the amount of damage that I'm taking, which is not a lot, so I feel confident I can go in. The real danger here isn't the Dwarven automatons, it's going to be the Falmer that's at the end, because it's pretty easy to play it safe here with the Dwarven spheres and spiders. They don't do enough damage with having such heavy armor to overwhelm me, but the Falmer at the end, they have frost spells. I don't really have to worry about their poison because I have so much poison resist, but it's really just the frost spells that can quickly overwhelm. But I'm prepared with some frost resist potions, and there's some cheese spots, I'll say, that make it doable. It's a little poked out here. So this is where the experience blocker perk really comes in. Just take block a hit, then I can do my power attack, block a hit, then I have stamina again, I can do power attack. So just kind of repeating that process on all these spheres. Yeah, it takes a little bit, but it's pretty safe, especially since I have some healing potions in reserve ready to go. I don't want to take too many of the Dwarven bolts because they weigh so much, but I will take a few just to have some extra, some nice ammunition for my crossbow. Continuing to level up block, trying to get block to 60 here, so I can take the level 60 perk, which gives a lot of elemental resist when blocking spells. Super nice. It would have been nice before I came here to just get some master keys, a couple novice, a couple apprentice master keys. They're not too expensive, but especially while I'm a werewolf, I don't have enough lock picking expertise. So. And I don't want to. They're not as expensive as Nox scrolls, so just buying like 2 or 3 of each before I come here would have been nice. I think I would have. With the loot that you get from those chests, it would have made up for the expense of those master keys. Alright, now we're entering into the Falmer content, so. Oh. Not much to say here. They're not. It's not that they're tanky. It's just they're pretty much glass cannons, I'd say. They have strong poisons, and they have some of them have strong frost spells, so it's not too hard to take them down. But it can be dangerous if you're not prepared with the right stuff. They do have some poison resist, but not a lot. I mean, not as much. They're not completely immune. I mean, they have a lot of poison resist, because you can see even my applied poison, not my poison spit, are only doing 1 damage per second. Just have to play these these combat situations smart. That the wall of frost is very can be very deadly though. Gotta watch out. Plus they have a frost cloak which does good damage as well. Looks like I took one too many potions here. There we go. Sometimes it's better just to like be aggressive and get up in there and start attacking them. That way they can't like chase you down and then use their like wall of frost spell and slow you down and drain your stamina. That's how I've died before. But sometimes it's hard for them to hit you with their spells when you're up in their face, swinging your axe at them, which makes sense. Chorus eggs are good for weakness to poison and burning oil. They can synergize pretty well with Death Bell and Wolf Hearts to make a pretty good burst poison, which does immediate damage health, burning oil, as well as lowers poison resistance. Archers normally you have to worry about if you don't have enough poison resist, but if you have enough poison resist, then they're really nothing to fear. Because they're not super tanky. And they can't paralyze you with stuff, so it's easy. They're the easiest foe, I would say. Continuing level up block with graders and one-handed with regular insights. Probably gonna hang around 50. One-handed, not gonna take it too much further beyond 50 until late game. Because once you get the really all this build needs for one-handed is it's nice to have the running power attack and the other power attack perk. Those two power attack perks are pretty crucial to have. And then you can do the flurry, which is maxed out at 50, I think. Two different perks, one at 25, one at 50. And then the expertise perks for the war axe, which are, now since I'm only using war axe is in daggers, it's nice to be able to just have to flip the war axe. So at 75, there's not really too much more benefit to have, except you can get the third of the expertise perk, which gives you even more damage and armor penetration, which is nice to have in the late game at least. But right where I'm at now, in the mid game, in the mid-late game, I'd say, all that is necessary is 50, because a lot of my damage is going to be coming from my poisons. So, more important to get alchemy up, and then heavy armor and block up for more survivability than it is to focus in one-handed. It's the same reason that I don't really perk into marksman at all. because really the crossbow is only there to deliver the poison. Not really there for the actual damage that the crossbow and bolts do. Alright, this is where things can get a little dicey. Want to make sure and focus down the mage. Dwarven spiders spawned and helped distract. But yeah, got a little close there because the heavy armored frost Falmer are super hard to deal with, especially when they're when there's more than one. Even if the other one isn't the same type of Falmer, it's just that light armor one. They can cover each other pretty well, so it's hard to weave in good hits. So here I'm just kiting back, trying not to be in range of the frost spells. Kind of hoping that the Dwarven spiders can help distract. Because the fear is I get in range of the frost spells. He uses his frost wall, drains all my stamina. Now I can't move very fast. On top of the oop, yeah, I went the wrong way. Bit dicey here. Whoop, 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 whoop. And then both of the Falmer can just attack me. So even with my magic resist and frost resist potion up, I was still taking a good bit of damage. And this is where my salvation comes, is with some cheese. I wasn't always intending to kite them all the way back here for this. At first I was just trying to get space. Get some space in between me and the frost guy, but it worked out well that when I came back all the way here, I was like, oh yeah, I can just use the blade trap. If I was smart, I would have just stopped after the bandits and left, but I really wanted the greater insights that can be gotten from going further into this dungeon. It's all risk versus reward, but why not use some the environment against them, against the Falmer, right, in your advantage. Get my crossbow loaded up. The rest of the Falmer shouldn't be too hard. see if I have a scroll to use. I do. It's worth using it here because these boss chests usually have good stuff in them, the Falmer boss chests. Immediately equipping that Ring of Abatement because it's going to be going up against the Dwarven Centurion. I'm not planning on fighting the Dwarven Centurion, more escaping past it. I didn't want to use a Greater Nox Scroll just for some Venomous Spittle and Chorus eggs that are in there. I think there's also a chest in there, but it wasn't worth it, so. I also know that there's going to be more chances to get Chorus eggs in the future, so not too worried about taking all the Chorus eggs that I find here because I don't think that I have the carry weight available. I can never remember if you need fire resist or frost resist for the steam. It doesn't make sense to do fire resist. I think I go ahead and take a frost resist by accident and a magic resist. So like I said, I'm not really planning on fighting this guy, but I do want the master chest that's behind him. So cut him out a little bit and then maybe I could have pressed the button as I went past and raised the bridge up so that he couldn't get by. I want to go ahead and start the door now because it takes a little bit. Don't want to get trapped up against the door, waiting for the animation to play. Here I try and be pretty slick. To trap him in here, but then I forget that in Raldbthar there's an enchanted spear guarding the Ethereum gear. I'm all happy with myself. If you can't tell, I'm doing a post recording or post voiceover. Now I'm like, oh shit. I want to go ahead and take a potion of Undying Breath just so I can get out of here. I totally forgot that enchanted spear was there. Yeah, I had issues with the narration of this episode as well, where it wasn't picking up my mic or something, so that's why I'm doing a voiceover afterwards. But yeah, pretty happy with myself here. Getting through all of Raldbthar, not all of it. I mean, I cheesed some, and I ran away from the final boss. Here I realized that the enchanted spear followed me out. So just gotta get the hell out of here. It really feels like escaping with that I escaped with my life here. But that's why I think it's always important to have that potion of Undying Breath, or a necklace of Undying Breath, or some sort of Undying Breath, at least in the mid game, because that's how, at least with this build, that's how you're gonna die. Is you're gonna run out of stamina, you're gonna be stuck, you can't move quickly, and then you're gonna get overwhelmed. But it's like a get out of jail free card. Alright, where am I going here?
You tried mercenary? You found
Oh
it.
yeah.
Thank you.
Turning in Amarins to get
My
the
father had
last
a
2
favorite
levels
sword
of
and
block
shield.
that I need
Let
to
me
get to
teach it
60 block.
in honor of his memory.
Go ahead and
I've been looking for
continue to put into health, and then take my block perk. Elemental protection. Very nice.
Let's see. I have a letter here for you. Looks like that's it. Got to go.
Just kind of an overview of all my skills. Yeah, taking that war axe and being able to take that war axe expertise, I think really helped with the Dwarven dungeon, being able to kill the Dwarven spheres and spiders. Here, I think I'm just explaining that the next milestone we're going to try and hit is 80 alchemy to try and get that fortified muscles perk. Then we're going to do 80 heavy armor for the next heavy armor perk, and then 75 block. And then onwards to 100 for each, and 75 one-handed. And that's kind of how I allocate how I want to do my major and minor skills. But I'm also going to do a little smithing just to 50, so I can get the red glitter dust and blue glitter dust, and a little speech so I can get some of the resist shout perks and stuff like that. But yeah, we're coming up on the end of the episode. Always appreciate it if you made it this far. Thank you for watching. And yeah, we'll catch you guys next time. Bye-bye.